The Epitaph of Imperial Grandeur, a comprehensive study of the Taj Mahal. 1. Introduction. The Eternal Monument of Love. The Taj Mahal, an ivory-white marble mausoleum situated on the southern bank of the Yamuna River in Agra, India, stands as the most brilliant pinnacle of Mughal architecture and one of the universally admired masterpieces of the world's heritage. Commissioned in 1631 by the 5th Mughal Emperor, Shajahan, reigned 1628 to 1658, to house the tomb of his favorite wife, Mumtaz Mahal. It also houses the tomb of Shah Jahan himself. The monument is not merely an architectural triumph, it is a physical manifestation of grief, love, and imperial hubris. Spanning an immense complex that includes a formal garden, a mosque, a guest house, and a monumental gateway, the Taj Mahal represents the zenith of an empire at the absolute peak of its artistic, financial, and political power. In 1983, it was designated a UNESCO World Heritage Site for being the jewel of Muslim art in India and one of the universally admired masterpieces of the world's heritage. 2. Historical genesis and the imperial narrative, the love story of Shah Jahan and Mumtaz Mahal. To understand the Taj Mahal, one must understand the political and personal climate of the Mughal court in the early 17th century. Prince Khurram, the future Emperor Shah Jahan, was the favorite son of Emperor Jahangir. In 1612, he married Arjamand Bano Begum, a woman of Persian nobility. Upon their marriage, Shah Jahan bestowed upon her the title Mumtaz Mahal, meaning the chosen one of the palace. Unlike typical political marriages of the era, their union was deeply personal. Historical chronicles written by court historians like Lahori and Inayat Khan emphasize that Mumtaz Mahal was Shah Jahan's ultimate confidant, traveling with him across the empire, even during military campaigns. The emperor was reportedly inconsolable. Contemporary accounts state that Shah Jahan isolated himself for over a week, refused to listen to music, wore simple white attire, and aged rapidly, his hair and beard turning completely white within months. Before her death, legend states that Mumtaz asked Shah Jahan to build a monument that would reflect their love, a promise Shah Jahan spent the rest of his functional reign fulfilling. 3. The masterminds behind the marble. The construction of the Taj Mahal was a collective effort of international proportions. Shah Jahan gathered an elite council of architects, engineers, calligraphers, and master craftsmen from across Asia and the Islamic world. Ustad Ahmad Lahori, chief architect, a Persian Indian architect widely credited as the mastermind behind the overall layout and design of the complex. Ustad Isa, master builder, often mentioned in folklore as the primary architect, he played a massive role in executing the architectural blueprints. Ismail Khan, dome designer, an expert from the Ottoman Empire who specialized in constructing hemisphere domes. Amanat Khan al-Shirazi, chief calligrapher, a master calligrapher from Persia, who inscribed the breathtaking Quranic texts across the monuments. His signature appears inside the Taj Mahal walls, a rare privilege in Mughal history. Chiranji Lal, a master lapidary from Delhi, who directed the complex gemstone inlay work. 4. Architectural analysis, the harmony of symmetry. The Taj Mahal is the ultimate evolution of Mughal architecture, which had previously developed through landmarks like Humayun's tomb in Delhi and Akbar's tomb in Sikandra. However, while earlier Mughal buildings relied heavily on red Baloa Pattar, sandstone, Shah Jahan introduced the extensive use of white marble, inlaid with semi-precious stones. The principle of bilateral symmetry. Every element of the Taj Mahal complex, with the single exception of Shah Jahan's own cenotaph, is perfectly symmetric along a central north-south axis. If you were to draw a line down the middle of the complex, the left half is an exact mirror image of the right half. The main mausoleum, the central focus of the complex, is the white marble tomb. It sits on a massive square plinth, podium, that elevates it above the surroundings. The structure is an octagonal shape with chamfered beveled corners. Each side features a massive iwan, a large arched gateway flanked by smaller arched balconies across 2 levels. The onion dome. The most prominent feature is the marble dome that surmounts the tomb, rising nearly 35 meters, 115 feet. Its height is visually accentuated because it sits on a cylindrical drum. The top is decorated with a lotus design, combining traditional Islamic architecture with Indian motifs. The finial. The dome is topped by a gilded finial, which originally was made of pure gold but was replaced with bronze in the early 19th century. The finial features a crescent moon pointing skyward, a traditional Islamic emblem, but its prongs form a trident shape, reminiscent of traditional Indian royal standards. The four guarding minarets. At the four corners of the square plinth stand four massive minarets, each over 40 meters, 131 feet tall. These minarets serve a double purpose. They frame the main tomb aesthetically, providing balance, and they serve an engineering purpose. Engineering masterstroke. The minarets were deliberately built with a slight outward tilt of a few fractions of a degree. This was a deliberate safety precaution designed by Mughal engineers. In the event of a catastrophic earthquake, the towers would collapse outward, away from the central tomb, protecting the main resting place of the emperor and empress. 5. Decorative masterpieces, inlay and calligraphy. The interior and exterior decorations of the Taj Mahal are unmatched in their sophistication. The Mughals achieved decoration through three primary mediums: stone carving, calligraphy, and pietra dura. Pietra dura parchinkari. The most celebrated decorative aspect of the Taj Mahal is pietra dura, known locally as parchinkari. This involves cutting highly precise, thin slices of colored semi-precious stones and embedding them directly into channels carved out of the white marble. The execution is so flawless that a single flower petal, measuring just 1 square inch, can contain over 30 individual slices of different colored gemstones, creating seamless gradients of color. Quranic calligraphy. The calligraphic inscriptions on the Taj Mahal consist mostly of verses from the Holy Quran, carefully chosen to reflect themes of judgment, paradise, and divine mercy. Amanat Khan used the Thuluth script, known for its bold, flowing lines. The calligraphy is applied with a remarkable optical illusion in mind. As the text climbs higher up the arches, the font size increases proportionally. When viewed by a human standing on the ground, the text appears perfectly uniform in size from top to bottom. Layout of the total complex. The Taj Mahal is not a standalone building, but part of a highly calculated 42-acre grand complex that progresses systematically from the profane world to the sacred paradise. 1. Darwaza-e-Rauza, the Great Gateway. The entry into the complex begins at the monumental gateway made of red sandstone. It symbolizes the transition between the outer worldly bazaar and the spiritual tranquility inside. The archway frames the white Taj Mahal in the distance, creating a stunning visual reveal for visitors walking through. 2. The Charbagh Mughal Garden. The vast garden is divided into 4 main quadrants, a layout inspired by the Persian Charbagh concept, representing the 4 rivers of paradise mentioned in Islamic texts: water, milk, wine, and honey. High-efficiency water channels run down the center, meeting at an elevated central marble reflection pool, Al-Hawd al-Kawthar. The pool perfectly captures the mirror image of the Taj Mahal in its still waters. 3. The Mosque and the Jawab. Flanking the central white tomb are 2 large red sandstone structures. The mosque, west, faces west toward the holy city of Mecca, allowing congregation prayers. The Jawab, guest house, east, built purely to maintain architectural balance and symmetry. Jawab means answer. It was likely used as a hall for visiting dignitaries on death anniversaries. 7. The crypt and the interior chambers. Stepping inside the main octagonal chamber of the Taj Mahal brings visitors to the cenotaphs. The room is enclosed by a magnificent octagonal marble screen, jali, carved out of a single massive slab of marble and inlaid with gems. The cenotaphs versus the real tombs. The 2 monuments visible to tourists in the main hall are cenotaphs, false tombs. Mumtaz Mahal's cenotaph sits exactly in the geometric center of the room. Shajahan's cenotaph sits immediately to the west of Mumtaz's tomb. This is the only asymmetrical element in the entire 42-acre complex. Shahjahan's placement was unplanned. He was deposed by his son Aurangzeb and buried next to his wife out of convenience rather than original architectural design. The actual burials take place in a plain, subterranean lower crypt, directly underneath the main hall. This was done in keeping with Islamic tradition, which states that tombs should not be overly ostentatious, so the bodies lie facing north-south, with their faces turned right toward Mecca. 8. Historical evolution. From imperial captivity to modern wonder. The downfall of Shah Jahan. The cost of building the Taj Mahal severely strained the treasury of the Mughal Empire. Shortly after its completion, Shah Jahan fell ill, sparking a bloody war of succession among his sons. His ambitious son Aurangzeb seized power, executed his brothers, and declared himself emperor. Shah Jahan was placed under house arrest in the nearby Agra fort for the remaining 8 years of his life. History notes that his quarters in the fort had a clear window view, looking down the Yamuna River toward the Taj Mahal, allowing him to gaze at his creation until his death in 1666. Neglect and the British colonial era. With the decline of the Mughal Empire in the 18th and 19th centuries, the Taj Mahal suffered from severe neglect. During the Indian Rebellion of 1857, British soldiers and government officials defaced parts of the monument, chiseling out precious gemstones from the walls. By the late 19th century, the gardens were overgrown and the structure was deteriorating. The monument was saved by Lord Curzon, the British Viceroy of India, who initiated a massive restoration project, completed in 1908. He also replaced the old overgrown gardens with the clean, lawn-style English gardens visible today. 9. Modern threats and conservation efforts. In the 21st century, the Taj Mahal faces threats far more destructive than invading armies: environmental pollution and industrialization. The yellowing marble. The rapid industrialization of Agra and nearby cities has released high concentrations of sulfur dioxide and nitrogen oxides into the air. When combined with atmospheric moisture, this results in acid rain, which chemically corrodes the calcium carbonate of the white marble, turning it yellow and green. The Yamuna River crisis. The Taj Mahal's foundations rely on an innovative subterranean wooden structural support system. This wood must remain continuously moist to retain its structural strength. However, the drying up and heavy pollution of the Yamuna River has exposed these wooden beams to air, causing concerns over long-term structural settling. Preservation measures. To combat this, the government of India established the Taj Trapezium Zone, TTZ, an area of 10,400 square kilometers around the monument where strict emission standards are enforced and coal-based industries are banned. Furthermore, restoration experts regularly apply a traditional treatment known as mud pack therapy, using fuller's earth multani mitti. The mud is pasted onto the marble surfaces, allowed to dry to absorb surface pollutants and grime, and then washed off with distilled water, restoring the marble's original brilliance. 10. Conclusion. The transcendent icon. The Taj Mahal remains an unmatched marvel of human dedication. It is a structure that changes its mood with the passing of the hours. It glows soft pink in the early morning fog, turns a blinding, brilliant white under the midday sun, and shimmers like a soft golden pearl under a full moon night. It stands as a testament to an era when art, architecture, math, and immense wealth merged seamlessly to honor a profound personal loss. Centuries after Shah Jahan's court chroniclers put down their pens, the Taj Mahal continues to captivate millions of visitors every year, proving that while empires crumble and wealth fades, true art carved in stone remains eternal.